Yo, what is going on? Welcome to Vandes Cinema. This is Sinclair, and what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be going over our March Movie Madness competitors, I guess you could say. So, pretty much in the month of March, it was a stacked month of movies, if you didn't know that. There was tons of movies. You had John Wick, you had Shazam, you had Inside, you had a whole bunch. We're gonna go over pretty much all the movies that was out in March. But for the month of March, what we did, we just went to the opening night Thursday or Friday, and we did an out of theater reaction for the movies that we've seen. And pretty much we were like, you know what? Let's make it like a tournament bracket, right? So kind of like how you got the March Madness for the NCAA, but let's do March Movie Madness. So pretty much the movies that made their first Friday, the box office total for the first Friday, we pretty much did a ranking of that. So we have John Wick coming in at number one because it made the most movie, and I think the movie that made the least was Inside with Willem Dafoe. And so we're like, you know what, let's do this, and that way we could kind of do like a little fun way of ranking these movies. But obviously, it's still gonna go on my take of what I think is the best movie. But let's go ahead and let's check this out. But first,
Get this man a sheep to kiss my carters.
You lose! Good day, sir!
can you dig it?
Wanna take a ride?
Okay, so if you guys could hit that subscribe button, if you're watching this on YouTube, that would definitely help me out a lot. And if you're watching this on Instagram, if you could go to my YouTube channel, Vandes Cinema, and check out my long form videos. You'll find more long form videos on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, also, if you want to see my out of theater reactions, I will still post that here on YouTube, but you're gonna find it faster on Instagram because it's a lot easier for me just to hop out of the theater, do a quick reaction, and then post it on my Instagram rather than do like the whole edit and upload on YouTube. So you'll find that on there. So without any further ado, let's actually get into this box office total. So we have here our first Friday opening box office. So now keep in mind that these movies, they calculate the total of Thursday into the Friday box office, right? So so you have here, obviously, number 10, you have, well, let's start from number one. Number one, you have John Wick Chapter 4. And this one made 29 million in its first Friday, right? And that's like, again, that's including the Thursday as well before that Friday. Then we have Creed 3 coming in at 22 million in second place. Creed 3 was I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Still the first one I did like a little bit better though, for sure. We have Scream 6 coming in at third place at 19 million. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves coming in fourth place at 15 million. Then we have Shazam Fury of the Gods coming in at fifth place with $11 million. Yeah, it didn't really do so good at the box office, you know, being that this is supposed to be a DC movie, you know, blockbuster or whatever. And I think this is the last that we see from Shazam for sure, because they're not going to keep making these movies if they're not making any money. Unfortunately, I really did like Shazam Fury of the Gods, to be honest. Then we have coming in at sixth place is 65 with $4 million. We have Champions coming in at seventh place with $1.8 million. Coming in eighth place, we have Operation Fortune coming in with $1 million. And I actually think this is a hidden gem, though. You know, it's not really the greatest movie, but I thought it was pretty good, you know, and it just didn't make that much at the box office. I don't know if it's because it's because of the name, the subtitle, or Ruse, guerre. I don't even know how to say that, but I don't know if it was because of that or because of the marketing or what. But I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Then we have coming in ninth place, 1001, with $703,000. This movie right here really wasn't marketed that well. It's a low budget movie. You know, I kind of figured they probably said, hey, we're not gonna make that much at the box office, but let's do what we could do. And this was by the same production company as Inside, which came in at number 10, and they made 169 $1,000, and this again for the Friday and Thursday calculated together. So yeah, those two movies were made by Focus, and I believe Champions as well was made by Focus. I don't know if it's Focus Pictures or Focus something, but yeah, they're I guess they mostly do low budget movies. Not necessarily, like I said, low budget is not necessarily bad movies, but yeah, those movies really didn't do that great with me as well. So we'll talk about that later. But that's the first Friday box office openings, and we can see right there, John Wick definitely led by a good margin for sure. Now let's go ahead and let's look at this tournament bracket. All right, so we right here, we'll get in the screen a little bit. So we have a 10 team, I guess you could say, or 10 movie tournament bracket right here. We have Operation Fortune, and this is the wild card round right here. So we have Operation Fortune, and they're going up against 1001. And we also have Champions going up against Inside, right? So this right here is the wild card round. Now we have the bye week, I guess, the bye round or whatever, or I should say the teams that did well in the box office, they're just gonna be in the first round. So the wild card rounds for the movies that didn't do so good, and we have already sitting in the first round. We have John Wick, Dungeons and Dragons, Shazam, Creed 3, Scream 6, and 65. So we're gonna be waiting on those winners. So what I think did better out of Operation Fortune and 1001, I liked Operation Fortune better than 1001. I thought 1001 was a decent movie, but Operation Fortune, I just felt the screenplay was a little bit better. I found it a little bit more interesting. 1001, don't get me wrong though, it was a beautiful looking movie, and I just think that the screenplay could have been a little bit better, and the ending could have been a little bit better. But yeah, so I think Operation Fortune has that one. Now, Champions versus Inside. I did not like Champions at all. It had a potential to be a really good movie, but it was just some weird things going on in it where it just wasn't believable, right? I'm like, well, it's a little bit exaggerated. Things wouldn't happen like the way it did. So, yeah, Inside, it wasn't even that much better, to be honest, but I thought, out of the two, it was a better movie. So we have those winners. We have Operation Fortune and we have Inside. So there we go. So John Wick Chapter 4 going against Operation Fortune. Dungeons and Dragons going against Shazam. Creed 3 going against Inside. Scream 6 going against 65 in round 1. All right, so we got rid of the wild card round, and let's go and go to round 1. So John Wick versus Operation Fortune. I really like John Wick. If you was to see my auditory reaction, you'll know how I feel about that movie. John Wick has that over Operation Fortune easily. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. It's kind of funny though. It's if you look at it, it says Dad Hat. I just did the abbreviations for it. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, Dad Hat. All right. They're going up against Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Look, I really like Shazam. It didn't make that much of the box office. Reasons could be, explained about that. But Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, I never played the board game, but even still, just watching the movie, I really didn't think it was that great of a movie, to be honest. I thought Shazam was definitely better than Dungeons and Dragons, in my opinion, right? So I'm going to have to give that one to Shazam. Then going against Creed 3 and Inside. Creed 3 versus Inside. Like I said, I didn't think Inside was that much better than Champions. So it's definitely not going to be Creed 3. All right. Creed 3, I thought it was a okay movie. It was all right. I think Creed 1 was the better one out of the trilogy. But yeah, out of Creed 3 and Inside, I'm gonna have to go with Creed 3. Then we have Scream 6 versus 65. I'm gonna have to give that to Scream 6. I thought it was one of the better ones out of the most recent screens that we had. Scream 6 definitely has that one for sure. All right, so there we go. Now we have in the second round, John Wick Chapter 4 going against Shazam, Fear of the Gods. Creed 3 going against Scream 6. These are my top 4 movies of the month of March. All right. Now, before we go ahead and hop into this last round, or I should say the second round, if you could, check out this ad that I have for you. This message is brought to you by DoorSnacks.com. DoorSnacks.com is where you'll find healthy snacks, top-of-the-line skincare and cosmetics, safe cleaning products for your home, and the best nutrition supplements you'll find from farm to package. DoorSnacks.com. 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 You could bet your bottom dollar that what you find on DoorSnacks.com is going to be top notch. And that bet, my friend, is a sure win. That's because our distributor offers a 180-day satisfaction guarantee. You heard that right. Replay it, clip it, record it, and fill your shopping cart with Door Snacks with confidence. Maybe you're home for movie night with the fam. Try our sea salt slim popcorn. Or maybe you prefer something with more crunch. Try my personal favorite of the whole grain tortilla chips. Improving health in 2023, Double X is the best multivitamin, not on Earth, not in our galaxy, not in our universe, but in the entire multiverse. Thank you, friends, for watching, and make sure you set your diddle delivery to receive your packages on an auto monthly basis with the ease of set it and never regret it. For these products and more, go to DoorSnacks.com, DoorSnacks.com, DoorSnacks.com. All right, thank you guys for checking that out, and that's also my personal business, and if you support that business, you're helping out this channel, and I will greatly appreciate that. Some good stuff, by the way, on there, so check it out, doorsnacks.com. All right, so let's get into this. We have John Wick Chapter 4 beating Shazam, Fear of the Gods. Look, I really like Shazam, but I thought John Wick Chapter 4 was just a better movie. I thought it was, oh man, and not only that, but it has better rewatchability. I seen John Wick 2 times in the month of March, and that was the only movie that I seen twice in the month of March. And it's actually, I would even say, it's better seeing it for the second time. And some and I'll say most of the movie. I would say the long fight scenes is actually better watching it the first time, because you kind of know what's gonna happen. And it's kind of like you gotta, and these fight scenes are kind of long, so you have to sit through that again. But everything else is better seeing it for the second time, for sure. All right. And Creed 3 versus Scream 6. Look, Creed 3, it should have been better. You know what I mean? And I'll give Creed 3 some slack, because that's Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut right there, right? Directorial debut. And going against Scream 6. Scream 6 is already established franchise, which Creed 3 is too, but I just feel Scream 6 was more solid. It had a more solid story, I guess you could say. Creed 3 story, it was good, but it was just kind of like, it's weird because it was like generic and unbelievable at the same time, right? So yeah, Scream 6, I'm gonna have to give it to Scream 6 for sure. I think it was one of the better ones in the franchise, where Creed 3 is not one of the better ones in the franchise. It's better than Creed 2 for sure, but not by much. All right, so now we have here the championship round. John Wick Chapter 4 versus Creed 6. Creed 6. Scream 6. All right, Creed 6. That'll be maybe like 2030 right there, right? But John Wick Chapter 4 versus Scream 6. What did I think? Who do I think? Look, I'm going to have to give it to John Wick Chapter 4 for sure. John Wick, like I said, you probably already knew I was going to say John Wick, because like I said, it was the only movie in the month of March that I seen 2 times. It was a solid movie. Scream 6 was good, but it definitely couldn't top John Wick for sure. Listen, man. And the crazy thing is that John Wick, the second week, didn't really do that good at the box office. I'm actually surprised. I thought John Wick would do really solid in the second week, but it had a 63% drop, which is kind of somewhat normal, but still, I thought the word of mouth would have been like, yo, you got to see John Wick. And I thought maybe the drop would have been maybe like in a 40% range. But yeah, it's kind of odd. But I also think it's because, as we see here, there was so many movies in the month of March. So it's like people was going to the movies all like the whole month. So it's kind of like you with so many options and as so many trips that you could do to the movie to the movies. It's like, yo, to see a movie 2 times is tough. Look, I seen 10 movies. John Wick was 11, and then I also seen Avatar: Way of Water. I wanted to see it one last time before they took it out of the theaters. So I actually seen 12 showings throughout the whole month of March. Right? So I think with John Wick, I think the reason why it dropped so much is because it was a lot. We were bombarded with movies in the month of March. So I feel that it may have took away, Dungeons and Dragons came out in the second week, John Wick's second week. So that probably could have took away from some of the rewatchability. Maybe somebody was like, yeah, I really want to see John Wick again. But they was like, oh, I kind of want to see Dungeons and Dragons, or maybe they had to make a choice, And then again, you got to take into consideration John Wick is rated R. So, you're not going to have big box office totals for a rated R movie, especially when you're going up against a PG-13 movie that's coming out in its first week, right? So I think that's one of the reasons why. But hey, like I said, John Wick Chapter 4. If you didn't see it, go see it. You might not be able to see it in a premium large format screen because probably something else is occupying that. Definitely Super Mario Brothers coming out this week. That's going to be occupying that. Or Dungeons and Dragons. So you might not be able to check it out in a PLF, but you'll be able to see it, I'm pretty sure, in your theater, whether it be a regular auditorium or not. You'll be able to check it out for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my March Movie Madness tournament bracket right there. We see here, and it kind of sucks though. 1001 had to go up in a wild card because I think 1001 was better, the best Focus picture, right? Out of the movies that Focus produced, out of 1001 Champions and Inside, I think 1001 was the best one. So look, if 1001 was going up against Champions or Inside, it would have at least made it to the first round. But it went up against Operation Fortune. I think that's the best movie out of those first 4. So yeah, unfortunately, it had to go up against a bigger dog. So let's go ahead and go to my personal favorites of the March ranking. So John Wick, we just talked about that. That was my favorite one. So that came in number 1. Number 2 was Scream 6. Number 3 was Shazam! Fear of the Gods. Number 4 was Creed 3. Number 5, Operation Fortune. Number 6, 65. Number 7, Dungeons and Dragons. Number 8, 1001. Number 9, Inside. And 10th, Champions. That was my least favorite. So yeah, if you want to see my out of 30 reactions for all these movies listed right here, just go ahead and go to my to my Instagram. And my Instagram is Syncrypt. It's SYNCRYPT. And you'll be able to see my my out of 30 reactions. And actually, I have something set up here for you guys to check out, a little preview of these out of theater reactions. With another out of theater reaction, it's March Movie Madness. So like I said,
What's going on? It's we are here. What's the deal? So we got bags of the films will be a little bit better suited for this.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it. It's a wrap. Thank you for watching this video. And look, month of March is over. I'm kind of happy because there was a lot of movies, yo. I'm like, there's a lot. April, I get a little bit of a break. April's not many movies, but I'll be back at it tomorrow. But you'll probably seeing this maybe tomorrow. So I'll be checking out Super Mario Brothers today, right? Super Mario Brothers, I'll be checking that out, and I'll be checking out Air. Look, check this out. I don't know why, but I seen the preview to Air coming into watching the rewatch of John Wick, and I just have a feeling that Air is gonna be one of the best movies this year. I don't know why. I just have a strong feeling. It just looks like that type of movie that's gonna be one of the best movies. And I'm really excited to see that. Look, my most anticipated movie, not gonna go too much into it, this year is gonna be Mission Impossible. And the funny thing is that I haven't seen any other Mission Impossibles other than the first one, and that was like, I don't even know, in the 90s. So I will have to recap so many movies just to see this, but I will, because this movie looks like a movie, if you know what I mean. Like, this is something that you have to see in the big screen, on the best screen, on the biggest screen. So I'm excited to see Mission Impossible. And look, Tom Cruise, he knows the movie theater experience. He showed us that with Top Gun, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to disappoint. I'm pretty sure this is going to be even better of a movie experience. So I'm definitely excited for that. But like I said, Air, I'm really excited for that though. I feel like that's going to be one of the better movies this year. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Like I said, subscribe please. Instagram, follow. I'll greatly appreciate that. And also, if you want snacks to eat while you watch movies at home, popcorn, energy drinks, whatever it may be, go to doorsnacks.com, support me, and it'll support this channel for sure. I definitely appreciate that. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.